Hey Taurus, I'm back with our nightly nightcap. Again, I hope all is well. If you're new here, welcome to my love nest. Remember, this is a general reading, so the messages may not resonate. Please don't force them. Put yourself where you see fit in your situation. Roles can be reversed. I could send he, meaning she meaning he. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can send me an email and we can take it from there. Or you could look through my Hipsy link that I have in the links description. All right, Taurus. Let's see what's going on. So the energy we have out here is pictures, regrets, reminiscing, missing you, deuces, fed up, cutting ties, walking away. Oops, somebody is definitely thinking about you guys at this time. I feel like this person think about you more at nighttime. Very, very heavy. Like once they get settled in or whatnot from work, I feel like you and this person had a routine and you're no longer a part of that routine. And they think about you, wonder how you doing, regretting that things turned out the way that it did. This also gives me the energy of reconciliation. This is someone who kept secrets as well. This has been coming out heavy for you guys. So something that was in the dark is starting to come to light. Some of you may hear this. Wow. And we have unfinished business. Somebody definitely wants to reconcile. Opposites attract. Lessons, not your usual type, different spiritual beliefs. So, and karma is underneath there. Rock bottom, karma, jail, legal issues, life falling apart. So there are some changes taking place in somebody's energy, and they can't help but think about you and other people that they treated like shit. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, it's something different about you, because I feel like you used to tell this person, like, you keep on down this road that you're on, you're going to bring some destruction your way. And this is what's starting to happen. A lot of you have already permanently cut this energy off. I'm picking up earth and fire, or you could be fire and water. Definitely, opposite signs that does not get along. But yet and still you guys have this love for one another. A definite strong bond that you guys used to have. I feel like you're no longer in the energy this person is in. You used to be. Wow, look at this. Yeah, you're the empress. You don't chase, you attract, So you're living up to who you say you are. Look at this. Here's your energy, Taurus. The Hierophant, that's wisdom, religion, traditional values, even conformity, morality as well. When I see that card, it reminds me of morals, your moral values, how you were brought up here. And I feel like you implement that. You are who you say you are. This energy give me Mount Shasta, with the wisdom card, Hierophant being out here, and spirituality. Mount Shasta is labeled as the root chakra, and it's definitely an energy, a very energetic place. A lot of writers and poets and certain, people of that degree will go there for inspiration. So some of you may have a liking to Mount Shasta. You may even do some studies, have done some studies there, or you may have been on a retreat there, but it's given, you know, you are definitely connected, to the divine. You went through some type of transformation, um, as of late, or in the past as well here, but it's drawing me to Mount Shasta. I don't know why. Six of Cups is out here. Yeah, your person is still in love. They are in love like they just met you, Taurus. It is just a signature. The energy signature is definitely here. This is also speaking about a commitment, a strong commitment, a commitment where, you guys are moving in, getting married, you know, going to the courthouse. Um, yeah. Yep. Somebody wants a commitment with that balancing Libra energy being out here. Wow. Look at this. You cannot make this shit up. That is the Emperor and the Empress popping up in your energy, Taurus. Wow, this is crazy. The Queen of Pentacles. Wow. I get you grew a lot. You grew a lot since you last seen this person. Because you went from the Queen of Pentacles to the Empress. They're thinking you're still that same way, but you're not. Whoops. Page of Swords. This person could be looking for you or spying on you. And the Eight of Wands energy. That's action, Ooh, bottom of the deck, the Tower. So this feels definitely like an emotional tower. Your person or whoever you're dealing with is in at this time. You got Gemini out here you could be dealing with. We got Mother Earth, Taurus, Libra energy, Virgo energy as well as Capricorn and Taurus. Yeah. You're working on yourself with the Eight of Pentacles energy being out here. This was a divine connection. There's a lot of major arcanas which are in purple. Um, Taurus, this is someone that you felt was your divine counterpart as well as they felt was their divine counterpart. But this person is not on the same level as you, Taurus. This person still thinks in 3D versus you think more in the 5D, realm here. You're more tapped in, you see things before things happen. This person wants to be aligned with you and on this level with you here, but they need to get out of the energy from the past. So the overall energy is the Tower. So there's some changes taking place here, some sudden changes, something that you do not see, coming. You could have insight, through your intuition, and you saw that this could have taken place here, but you wasn't sure. But it's coming up in the energy for a reason. So this can be your person, this can be you, who knows, I do see that the King of Swords energy is here. Wow. Somebody wants to talk about this connection and they want to go about things in a different way with the Wheel of Fortune. So somebody wants change here. They don't want to let you go. They're looking for you. I feel like you was dealing with someone, at the time who was very lustful. I feel like now, though, they're ready to take things to a different level with the Lover's energy being out here. Taurus. Wow, yeah, you set yourself free. It's something about your childlike nature that this person gravitates towards. Um, and this is what makes you you. I feel like your quirkiness, your your silliness is what makes you stand out from the rest. You got somebody here thinks that it's cute, is unique, it's different, and they love that because you come off as this free spirited soul here, and you don't care if nobody judge you. Long as you being yourself, long as you are being true and authentic to yourself, you don't care what nobody else think. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you are releasing any attachments and you're detaching from any and everything, you are definitely calling alignment here. Because I feel like the universe is watching you. The universe seeing that you are being true to yourself at this time here. And look, you're allowing this rebirth, and you don't even realize this, but look, you got manifestations taking place in new offers, new beginnings in finances, resources. You may be meeting people who can help you, who can catapult you to a higher disposition than what you're in now. So I do see new beginnings after this rebirth from this King of Pentacles energy here. You're doing a lot of healing, and again, it looks good on you. You are in this energy of renewal. You see that there's chances and new beginnings unfolding and promises unfolding in your energy. You get this, I feel like you needed this new beginning. You needed this breakthrough or this, taking a leap of faith on a divine. You needed this versus before. You was like excuse me, skeptical, like you trust in humans. You know what I'm saying? You didn't trust that the divine had your back because you was, dealing with a lot of, instances of towers, but now it's like you freed yourself from all of that here and you're walking in a new light, and it's bringing promises, new beginning, chances, good luck, even, in new pathways. So why is the Lovers here towards this person's energy? Yeah. Ten of Swords energy. So yeah, this person is still babysitting hurt. This could be their guilty consciousness eating at them. They're recognizing that you are their divine counterpart, but they caused a painful ending. Um, yeah, this person is going through a tower. They're going through a dark night of a soul. So this ending uh, forced this person into a dark night of the soul. They don't feel like they are included in anything. They feel left out. Things is not unfolding. Since you've been gone. You in this jovial, happy, peaceful, dependable energy, loving energy, nurturing, caring energy as well, I feel, versus your person. They're going down memory lane thinking about what they did to something that was actually a gift from the universe. So I feel like this person knows that you were their twin flame. They did you dirty and they lost you. They lost the love of their life by backstabbing and betraying and lying, here. I just heard I want to come back. Somebody is recognizing, it's like a very strong awareness that I'm picking up here. The awareness is so strong that their intuition is keep nagging at them. Oh, excuse me. It's like I'm not supposed to say this. It's like their intuition is nagging at them to make something right with you, to bring back the order with the Emperor energy being out here. You were supposed to put this person on, spiritually, meaning helping them heal. At the time they didn't see it, at the time they didn't recognize it because, they were dealing with flesh. This person seems to be someone who goes after the flesh more so the spirit. This person was looking at your flesh, and you looked at their spirit and you was trying to get them to be aligned in your way of thinking spiritually, even through religion. you know, but they chose otherwise. They chose that fleeing energy, that Eight of Wands energy, where they're making fast, hasty decisions, you know, off of lust. You wanted something that was more concrete, something that you could settle down and grow with, somebody you can grow old with, you know, and manifest with, you know, and this was something that you were working on even when you wasn't with this person. You have the World in the reverse. So again, somebody does not want this ending. They don't want this ending. They want a commitment now. And this is what they're going to be working on to bring this, you know, commitment towards you, Taurus. But it's like you learned the lesson, but they didn't learn the lesson because they're wanting more from this connection. They wanting more from you. They feel like there's something else that they need to go through with you here. Um, so for the most part, this person feel like this cycle is unfinished. It's not over with. You know, they didn't learn the lesson, but you did. Their lessons could be based upon, you know, the hangman in the reverse, resistance to change, or the victim mentality, or delays even, you know, stagnation, you know, moving too slow, you know, knowing that you have to make a choice or make a decision, but yet and still you're prolonging it because, you know, you are, for one, playing the victim, you know, or for two, you know, you being greedy, you know, and for three, and you just don't know what the fuck you want, you know. So this person just come off as a late bloomer, I must say. So some of you was definitely dealing with a late bloomer. You know, they feel, their soul feel like it's something else that they need to learn from you. Their soul feel like you hold all the answers, you know. Their soul needs your guidance because you're the teacher, you know. But at one point, you know, this person, they didn't want to learn from you. They rather a tower in the Ten of Swords, you know, because this is someone who comes off as if they know everything, you know, they have all the answers here. They don't need guidance. They don't need help, you know. So now, here they are, you know, trying to energetically pull you back in. Why is the Six of Cups here? Thank you, Spirit. Wow, see, oh wow, there's a lot of love here, you know. They want this partnership. I feel like this person never even really wanted to get rid of you, or you never really wanted to get rid of them, you know. But due to the circumstances that may have possibly been a tower, you probably had no choice but to leave, you know, the situation here. And I feel like for the most part, you're looking at it as a blessing in disguise because now you're in this Empress energy, working on yourself, bringing stability and organization in your life, planning for your future here. And it looks bright, you know, versus is them. I don't know. I feel like this Page of Swords is somebody on the outside looking in and they were envious. Um, this is someone who didn't either want to see you win or see your person win. This is someone that put poison in you guys' connection. You know, this could have been somebody your person talked to, you know, on a religious note, or, and this person tried to get closer to your person. And this person, you know, again, whispered something in your person's ears here and it caused them to fumble, you know. They fumbled you. You know, this person had a strategy though. They wanted your person because you guys had this love that was so beautiful that they envied it. You know what I'm saying? They wanted what you had basically. And it's like now your person is again a late bloomer, seeing this a bit too late, you know. Why is the Emperor here Aries energy you could be dealing with, by the way? Sorry, y'all. I haven't even been reading signs, but you got Libra, Aries, Taurus, Libra, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus out here. Yeah, you got so the King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles came out. That's Taurus and Virgo energy. These came out together. Yeah, this person wants to come back to offer you a brand new, firmer start, a stable connection here. They're working on something. I feel like this person is bringing order into their life. You know, they're organizing some things that they knew that they should have done in the past. You know, they're trying to figure it out. You know, they definitely have some type of breakthrough here with the Ace of Swords energy. Something is making sense to them. And I feel like the fact that you, you know, broke those chains, this woke your person up. They are starting to see this connection. They're viewing you as their person. You got the King and the Queen of Pentacles, as well as the Ace, Emperor and the Empress. So it's almost like for some of you, this tower needed to take place because it for those of you, um, who knows that they person has the potential to change, this person has been working on themselves here. They starting to see the error of their ways here because they went from the King of Pentacles. Some of you may still think this person is still in this King of Pentacles energy, but they're really in the Emperor energy. And just like your person, they may think you're in the Queen of Pentacles energy, but you're in the Empress energy now. You know what I'm saying? Um, and now that they're having this spiritual awakening and seeing the truth of the matter here, you're calling them in because the Empress, she does not, you know what I'm saying? Look at this, the Magician at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, you guys are definitely going to have some type of reunion with this person, a celebration here, because you guys needed this separation to see each other's worth, you know, see the worth of the connection, why it was, you know, brought together here. And even if you're not supposed to be, even if you don't go back to this person will be better for somebody else, if you get what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You open their eyes up to a lot, Taurus. Why is the Queen of Pentacles out here, Spirit? Yeah, you were their wish fulfillment. You still are their wish fulfillment, you know. But they had the choice that this um lover's energy speaks of a choice, you know. Either you could have made things better or you could, you know, let it do whatever the fuck like a tower. And that's exactly what happened. There's a tower, you know, the big tower and the minor arcana tower, the Ten of Swords, you know, total devastation. But it feels like what the divine is saying, this was needed, you know, for you to see your worth and for your person to see their worth, you know, and the worth of the connection here. I really feel like even though you guys may be coming off as opposites, you guys was beneficial to each other. You help each other grow in some sense here, you know. But I feel like the downfall is other people, you know. They get in your person's ear because I feel like with you, Taurus, you're more of a loner type energy. You don't need other people's opinion to help you make up your mind on what it is you want in your life. You are your orchestrator in your life, and that's something you believe in. You know, I feel like you could take people advice. You listen to people, but it's ultimately up to you. It's the decision that you make that you gotta live with. You know what I'm saying? Versus your person. This is someone who listens to other people. You know, they come off as that. You know what I'm saying? Um, they come off as someone who needs that support, you know, versus you're more stable and grounded and know what it is you want. So, and here it is, you, Queen of Pentacles, you were supportive to this person. You know what I'm saying? You had all the answers, but they chose to not listen, you know. So now um, they're viewing you as someone who is emotionally mature. You have emotional richness and depth about yourself, and you have this essence of balance and harmony and healing here. This is something they really didn't pay attention to before. Now they're starting to see. You know, they juggled the connection. They didn't pay attention to what it is you actually was bringing to the connection here. And all you brought was peace and tranquility, you know, and patience. And now they're starting to see it. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? For some of you, this connection is meant to be. Um, why is that? Thank you, Spirit. Two of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel like this person is getting their priorities in order with the Two of Pentacles energy being out here because they want to come right towards you. They want to be authentic. They want to come bearing fruits, not, taking fruits, from you. This person wants to come and make something right, and they know that they need to prioritize some things in their life in order for them to have this outcome with you, if you even allow it. They have to come in truth, in peace, in harmony, in respect, if they want you to collaborate with them. I feel like you're going to be a bit standoffish if you do decide to take this person back, but you have every right to feel that way because of the conflict you guys always, are in. It's like you don't really know why this person even coming towards you because you made it clear you do not want nothing to do with them. I feel like this person is coming with their tail tucked in their ass, in between, tucked in their ass, tucked between their legs. This person is definitely being humbled by the divine here. Why is the Page of Swords here? Somebody is definitely releasing this pain. I feel like this is you as well. I feel like this is you releasing the pain because your person is feeling this pain. You release this connection, you've done the healing, you've done the work, the self-love. Even so, this is what you're in now. And this is why this person is starting to feel and see that you're the wish fulfillment because you're healing. And this in return is going to allow this person to follow you and start their healing journey here. And then you guys, if that's what you want, will end up merging as one. You get what I mean, Taurus? So you knew what you needed to do when this connection was no more. You went inside. You went on the inside and you started to, put pieces together that need to be put together to, release this pain. This is also speaking of apologies. This person may be looking for you to apologize. This definitely is somebody from your past with the Six of Cups. This person still loves you, Taurus. They're going through some type of dark night of the soul or rebirth, metamorphosis, transformation. They're letting go of dead weight. You let them go, which was dead weight. You know what I'm saying? You're free, and here they are. They want to come back in and make things right. But you're coming out as a Queen of Swords energy. You're really telling this person like, nah, I'm cool. But I feel this person is very persistent. Why is justice here, Spirit? So something is going to be made right by the universe. Taurus, I feel like you guys will end up merging together and you guys are going to be able to become one again if this is what you choose, to invest in. Wow, see, something is definitely being made right. You got the sun. It's going to be a happy outcome. Again, this is only if you want this connection. I feel like you have the upper hand now, Taurus, because now that you're on the other side and you see them coming towards the side that you're on, you can decipher what level of healing or, what their intentions are because you've been through this, Either they're going to be selfish, only do things in a selfish way here, or they're actually going to go through this rebirth. But you're going to have the upper hand here because, again, you already been through this here. And now you know the signs, the symptoms and shit, of what this person, is portraying themselves to be. Even your discernment will be on point, So you'll be able to see whether or not their words is matching their actions. See, temperance, Sagittarius energy. So yeah, something is being balanced out after this tower. I see Taurus for you guys. But this tower needed to take place because you started something new here. Your person is putting order into their life here, and releasing hurt. You know, they know what they did to a wish fulfillment is just wrong. I kind of get that their expectations isn't high, but I do feel like they're going to definitely try. You know, this gives me determination. Her hard work pays off. Going all the way. I feel like this person is going to be very determined to win you over and prove to you that, they do have self-control. They do want to heal this connection here. They're not in the Eight of Wands energy where they're indecisive on where they want to, start or go. They know now, and they're pretty sure that you are their wish fulfillment. You complete them, and now they see this tower as well as you saw, or is seeing that this tower was beneficial, at least for you now, because a lot of you are not even talking to this person. But this tower was a good tower. It was a bad tower. Don't get it twisted in the beginning, but it ended up being a good tower in disguise here, because now you're going to have some type of positive outcome that's going to bring you joy, balance, and peace, Taurus. So with that said, that's the nightcap. I hope that you guys resonated with it. If you guys did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.